quiet for a minute because I've been collecting as much information as possible over the past month just so I can be accurate. And it's finally time to unleash the facts.
No one ever dogged
Yes, sir.
Oscar De La Hoya the way Floyd did. Every single press conference, he treated him like he was a...
Whether he can't be a successful promoter if he's always wanting to be in the spotlight. His desire to be always noticed.
Oscar De La Hoya didn't hold anything back during his chat with Stephen A. Smith. He straight up called Floyd Mayweather a fake who has ruined the true spirit of boxing. Oscar thinks Floyd hijacked the sport, moving it away from being tough and competitive and turning it into a show built on nothing but hype. He's really bothered by how Floyd is always bragging about his private jets and diamond watches. For Oscar, boxing should be about heart and history, not just a way to show off your money. He warned that focusing only on fame and cash sets a bad example for young fighters who should be chasing greatness instead of just trying to look rich.
You say you want to be a world champion. You say you want to take this sport serious. Then take it serious. What is this? This is not a popularity.
Looking back at their old rivalry, Oscar admitted that Floyd was a master at playing the villain. He knew exactly how to work the media and act like the bad guy, just to get people emotional and drive up the sales. While Floyd loved being booed and used that energy to win, Oscar felt like he had to be the good guy and take on all the responsibility of selling the fight while keeping his reputation clean. De La Hoya sees this as a cold business move on Floyd's part. He gives Floyd credit for using drama to build his brand, but he also thinks it showed Floyd wasn't very mature. To Oscar, it seemed like Floyd preferred insults and acting out over just letting his pure talent and professionalism do the talking.
It's like that rivalry, the villain and the good guy, you know? And Floyd, this is where Floyd is smart. He knows how to play that villain guy, you know?
And you're promoting the fight.
Yeah, and I'm promoting the fight.
Yeah.
Oscar also talked about their massive 2007 fight, which broke every record and made almost $400 million in a single night. He said those huge numbers proved just how much everyone around the world wanted to see them face off. At the same time, it showed that modern boxing had become a serious business. It wasn't just about what happened in the ring anymore, it was about how well you could sell yourself and make the biggest profit. That was the night that changed the entire industry forever, for better or worse. It turned boxing into a game where marketing and big numbers decide who gets remembered most in history.
Generate.
At the time, yeah, it was the record-setting pay-per-view. I think we generated something like close to 400 million. Yeah, in one night.
Oscar made it very clear that he never fought just for a paycheck. For him, it was always about pride and leaving a mark on the sport that would last forever. He wanted his name in the history books for being great, something money can't buy. He compared this to Floyd, who he says is only motivated by the bottom line. Even though Oscar admits Floyd is a genius at branding, he believes Floyd's main goal was always making a profit rather than being a true legend. In Oscar's eyes, boxing should be about respect and sacrifice, while he thinks Floyd's plan was always just to build his own bank account and personal empire.
Promote that fight with Mayweather. Would you have pulled out?
Probably. Yeah, probably. Because there was too much. Put the money aside. For me, it's about pride. For me, it was about, man, I want to have a winning.
Floyd Mayweather often gets criticized for his money persona, and that started up again when he talked about stars like Anthony Joshua. Critics say Floyd's love for cash often hides how good he actually was as a boxer. Floyd recently bragged that he didn't need a crowd of 90,000 people to make history like Joshua does. He pointed out that his fight with Pacquiao made $74 million at the door without needing a massive stadium. By saying he's on a different level, Floyd is proving that he measures success by his bank balance just as much as by his championship belts. He clearly wants to be seen as the king of both boxing and wealth.
Because he talks about his money a lot, so he compared, his fight with Pacquiao to Anthony Joshua, and he was saying, basically, they didn't need 100,000 or 90,000 people to do X amount of dollars. Here, I'm gonna let you listen to it. Here's what he had to say verbatim. Here's what Floyd said about Anthony Joshua.
Talk about that. I was in the Guinness Book of World Record for breaking all the records. You didn't tell them that?
Of course you have.
for generating billions in the sport of boxing, or having the fastest sellout crowd.
But
those guys done. And I was watching a fight when I was at my Miami house. I was at my Miami home. I was watching a fight with.
To a lot of people, This looks like Floyd is actually a bit jealous. Critics think he feels the need to compare his old earnings to what today's superstars are making. Even with all his titles, he can sound a bit defensive, like he's worried about someone taking his spot as the highest paid fighter. Analysts say that by making everything about money, he's making people forget how talented he really was in the ring. This focus on being the wealthiest makes people wonder what really drives him. It feels like he's a bit insecure when comparing himself to fighters who are loved for more than just their money.
This is electrifying, sort of like the Pacquiao and Mayweather. And I said, well, we didn't have to have all those hundreds of thousands to do a $74 million gate. So, and like I said before, but those guys put on a hell of a show. Like I said before, you know, I'm just on another planet. And you definitely know it. Because you've been around for years. And you see the same thing over and over and over again.
All right, so there you have it. Mayweather basically saying that, you know, he's on another planet and all this stuff, and that, you know, they didn't need 90,000 people and all this stuff. But, I mean, let's look at it like this. Jealousy, I noticed from Floyd, and it shouldn't be that way because Floyd, you know, regardless of what I have to say about his career, I have my opinions on it. You know, he was a A-level fighter. Skills out, you know, had skills, was a really skilled fighter.
The real bad blood between these two goes back to their big World Awaits fight in 2007. That was the night everything changed for the sport. For Floyd, that match was the biggest turning point of his career. It wasn't just a win, it was the first time he got a massive $25 million check. That was the exact moment Pretty Boy Floyd officially became Money Mayweather. It turned him into a global star that everyone knew. After that night, he wasn't just a boxer anymore. He became a brand and a household name all over the world.
The former #1 pound-for-pound fighter in the world, Floyd Mayweather. Floyd, welcome back. We've missed you, Floyd.
Hey, how you doing? I'm not no former #1 pound-for-pound fighter. I'm just saying I'm the best fighter in the sport of boxing. No one has dethroned me, so how am I not pound-for-pound the best fighter in the world? You tell me.
Because you retired?
But have I ever been beat?
But what happens is you informed Ring Magazine you were retiring as welterweight champion.
Even though it was a huge success, Floyd has a hard time giving Oscar any credit for it. Oscar was actually the bigger star at the time and the main reason people watched, but Floyd has spent years acting like he did it all himself. In interviews, he's always calling himself the best ever and ignoring anyone who disagrees. He often talks down about how Oscar fought that night. Even though the win was very close, Floyd still claims that Oscar didn't really help the event succeed and that it was all his own marketing genius that made it happen.
Well, one was with Oscar De La Hoya, who was the cash king.
I'm the cash cow, please.
Not compared to Oscar De La Hoya. Have you drawn as much as Oscar De La Hoya in pay-per-view, Floyd?
De La Hoya been on pay-per-view 1,000 times. It took me two times, 3.5 million homes. Me, Floyd Mayweather.
No, with Oscar De La Hoya, though.
Oscar De La Hoya didn't do nothing. Did he win?
It was a split decision loss, as a matter of fact.
Come on, man.
But it was with him.
Once again, like I said before, we're talking to Brian Kinney, a man of many traits, a master of nothing.
Floyd, you waited over a year to come back. Why not wait one more weekend until Pacquiao and Hatton was over and we knew the winner?
I don't have to wait.
Oscar recently shared a wild story about a private talk he had with Floyd's father. According to Oscar, Floyd Sr. actually admitted that Oscar outboxed his son that night. Even so, the judges still gave the win to Floyd Jr. Oscar also mentioned a part of their contract that said they had to fight again if Floyd won. But then, Floyd suddenly retired the very next day. He stayed away for exactly 1 year, just long enough for that rematch rule to run out. Oscar is sure Floyd did this on purpose to avoid a second fight because he knew he actually lost and wanted to run away.
Deep down inside, you know if you win or you lose. Did you know? I felt that I won. I felt that it can go either way, especially when Mayweather's father came straight at me and he goes, Oscar, you beat my son.
Wait, he told you right after the fight?
Oh, yeah. And a funny story about that, too. We had a rematch clause in our contract. This is something I negotiated as well. If he beats me, I get a rematch. It was a 1-year clause. Guess what he did? He retired for 1 year and 1 day.
Are you joking?
No. True story. Nobody knows this, but it's in the contract.
What? So how often did you guys try to get another thing going? It was always, no, not interested. No, not interested.
Yeah, not interested. I'm retiring. I'm out of the sport. But sure enough, a day after that contract was over,
Floyd Mayweather just can't stand the idea of anyone being better than him. Whether it's about boxing skills or money, his whole world is about being the greatest of all time. Even the smallest hint that another fighter is as good as him makes him lash out. He doesn't just ignore his rivals, he tries to tear them down. He's dismissed fighters like Canelo and Pacquiao just to make sure everyone knows he's still the best. Even now that he's retired, he's always looking for ways to get attention. He seems genuinely bothered by the thought of anyone breaking his records. To him, being the champion is a status he won't share with anyone.
The most world champions.
Yes, you did.
Okay. In the least amount of fights?
Yes, you did.
Who got the highest gate?
Floyd Mayweather.
Who made the most money?
You did.
Who was the most accurate fighter of all time?
You were.
So it's basically saying that...
The greatest of all time.
Okay.
All right.
Floyd famously says he's better than Muhammad Ali, but Oscar thinks that is total nonsense. Oscar has called Mayweather one of the most overrated fighters ever. He says Floyd's 50-0 record isn't as impressive as the legends who really built the sport. While Floyd fought good people, Oscar says he didn't face them when they were at their absolute best, unlike Ali did. Many fans online agree that Floyd was more focused on keeping his zero than taking the hardest fights. To Oscar, real greatness is about having the guts to face people who actually have a chance to beat you, not just playing it safe.
Overrated boxer. Well, you don't want to get in trouble here.
I don't mind.
All right.
Overrated boxer, fighter, most overrated, Floyd Mayweather Jr.
Really?
Yes.
He's not a great boxer.
No, he is a great, but his resume is not one like Sugar Ray Leonard or one like...
Oscar has been very loud about calling out Floyd for choosing easy money over real legacy. Floyd has made it clear his goal is to get rich, even if it means fighting people who aren't real boxers. De La Hoya hated the Logan Paul fight, saying it was just a celebrity show instead of real boxing. While Floyd made millions, Oscar thinks these moves make the sport look like a joke. He also pointed out that Floyd is a hypocrite for criticizing young fighters for acting like YouTubers, when Floyd is doing the exact same thing to make a quick buck and use social media to trick fans.
Tank got his followers from kicking ass. Ryan Garcia got his followers from YouTubers. There's a difference. So you want to be a YouTuber or you want to be a fighter? Tank is a fighter.
What the fuck? So Ryan Garcia's not a fighter? He's been fighting since he was 7 years old. He has 200 plus amateur fights. I don't care where his followers come from, if they come from fucking Mars. The fact is that Ryan's followers are selling this fight. And plus, don't you remember you fought YouTubers? Are you putting YouTubers down? You profited from them. I can't with you, dude. You're fucking dumbass. I can't wait.
Oscar thinks Floyd's focus on these easy exhibition fights shows he doesn't care about his long-term reputation. While Mayweather loves showing off his rich lifestyle, Oscar believes boxing should be about honor and grit. He sees the Logan Paul fight as proof that Floyd now cares more about entertainment money than being a great athlete. Even though these events bring in millions, Oscar feels they actually hurt Floyd's status as a legend. In Oscar's view, true greatness comes from taking real risks against dangerous opponents, something he thinks Floyd has given up on just to get an easy payday and more fame.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real show that left the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse. Your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're going to have to sell off your assets. Floyd, I'm rooting for you.
Floyd's uncle, Jeff Mayweather, once said that the problem between Floyd and Oscar goes deeper than just boxing. According to Jeff, it started because Floyd couldn't handle the fact that Oscar was once a bigger star. Back then, Oscar was the golden boy making the most money, and Floyd hated being in his shadow. He would go out of his way to insult Oscar just to get a reaction. Oscar stayed professional, which apparently made Floyd even more upset. Experts say this me-first attitude now hurts Floyd as a promoter because he always tries to outshine the fighters he's supposed to be helping.
Promoter, if he's always wanting to be in the spotlight, his desire to be always noticed, always the one that is at the center of attention. You know what I mean? It's like, you look at Adrian Broner, Adrian Broner, he's supposed to have beef with Tank Davis now, throwing him in there with Lomachenko, which I think he's ready for.
In the end, boxing experts say Floyd's recent choices, like fighting Logan Paul, seem to be all about greed. These events make a lot of money and noise, but they don't do anything to help boxing in the long run. Critics argue that his obsession with the spotlight and his bank account means he's not doing his job of helping the next generation of champions. This makes him look like a flawed promoter who will always put his own wallet and image ahead of the sport's health and the success of the young fighters he should be leading toward greatness.
Promoting or anything like that, it makes it worse and it makes it more obvious because he's promoting these guys. He doesn't like the idea of anyone shining. And that's the egotistical mindset of Floyd Mayweather Jr. He's always going to be that person. Not too long ago when Andre Ward was still fighting, and this was like a year and a half ago, he had words to say about Andre Ward, and Andre Ward's a stand-up guy. Okay. He's the type of guy that he has something to say about you. He's going to say it to you. He's not really going to go on social media and blast you. He's a straightforward guy. But Floyd said, derogatory things about Andre Ward. And he took offense to it, and it comes.
That's it for today's look into this huge rivalry. If you liked this breakdown of the drama between De La Hoya and Mayweather, be sure to hit that like button and subscribe. We have a lot more stories coming your way very soon. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.